All right, hello everyone. Eric Marks here again with FindingMiddle-earth.com, and tonight I'm making a video laying on the floor. This is actually quite nice. I could get used to this, but I'm doing a product review. So today I'm doing a review of the Ruggard 80-liter electronic dry cabinet. So what is this crazy looking thing? This awesome product saves my camera gear because I live in a very humid place. So I live in the southeastern United States in a state called Georgia. And in Georgia, especially in the summer, it gets extremely humid, miserably humid. We get 100% humidity, sometimes even in the spring here, really bad. So what does that do? Why should that matter to you if you're constantly shooting with your camera gear in humid places? So you ever notice how in humid places, if you like change temperatures too fast, like you're inside a house that's air conditioned, or you're outside and you go back from one place to another, maybe your eyeglasses like fog up. Well, the same stuff happens to your camera lenses. They'll fog up if you don't let them regulate to the temperature. And so what can happen is if you're shooting for long periods of time in these humid places, long term and even sometimes short term, depending on how humid it is, the moisture and condensation can build up inside the electronics of the camera gear or any kind of gear. And over time that can corrode your electronics and lead to long-term damage. So why this device is so incredible for me, because I live in a humid place, is it keeps everything electronically regulated at my desired humidity level. It is a dehumidifier. So it comes with a manual that gives you a bunch of suggestions on what the regulated humidity should be. And as you can see in here, I have just like half of my kit, and I'm able to fit, because this thing goes back pretty deep. I'll put the dimensions on screen, but I can fit my whole Nikon kit and my Fuji kit, and I can fit 5 Fuji lenses and a big Nikon 70 or 200 2.8 laying on its side and back here. So you can fit a lot of gear in here. This is the 80 liter model. As far as aesthetics go, it's got these cool internal LED lights that lights up your camera gear. Pretty neat. But it works like a charm. It just works like a charm. So, and the great thing is that it's not just to dry your camera gear out and make sure it doesn't get humid. I use it for storage because once I lock this in, even if I don't have it plugged into the wall and I don't have the internal, the temperature and the dehumidifier running on the inside, it's still good to just leave this camera gear in the box and keep it away from dust and dirt, because I don't know, I just have a serious dust problem in my office. I'm sure a lot of you have the same problem. I'll clean everything off and then I wake up the next morning and my desk and my computer over there is dusty again. And so I normally keep all my camera gear inside my camera bags, but even inside your camera bags, when you unzip it, you'll notice the dust still builds up in there because it's dark and dingy in your camera bags, and it's not completely tight sealed everywhere. So this thing is completely sealed, and it keeps away all the dust and dirt and anything that could get in your camera gear. And of course, it is also a dehumidifier. So like I said, this thing, especially for the price, the value that you're getting, this thing's $249, I believe, somewhere around that price, $249, $250, something like that. And you can find it on bnh.com. That's where I found it. And by the way, thank you, big thanks to Ruggard for sending me this one, because I was actually looking these up online on B&H Photo, and this one was like the best reviewed dry box. And so I actually reached out to them and asked if I could get a sample, and so they sent me one. So it's an incredible product. This is my personal one that I own now. And I just love it. I love it. It's more of a peace of mind thing, because I shoot in humid weather often, and I hate having to always have that fear of knowing that going into these irregular temperature situations, is my camera gear building up all this condensation on the inside? Because a long time ago, my old D300, I think it was a D300, maybe a D300S, I took it into a Nikon certified repair shop because it just wasn't working right. I kept turning it on, and then it would just turn back off, and they said there was just too much condensation built up on the inside. And I told them I never shot in the rain with it, I never did anything, and a long time ago they said it very, very possibly and very well could have been the humidity. And so ever since then, I've just been kind of weird about my camera gear in these weird situations, and I've always tried to get weather-sealed gear. But even with weather-sealed gear, it's hard to keep all long-term, moisture, internal moisture possibilities away, any kind of damage like that. So that's where this product comes in. This is an official review. I can't show you that it's working because, again, this is all internal. The only way you can be sure that it's working is if you know your camera is wet on the inside and you put it in here and then you take it apart and see if it's dry. But this is a great product for me specifically because I live in the southeast of the United States where it's very, very humid. So if you live somewhere humid or shoot often in humid weather that you travel to, I would highly recommend this for the price. Like I said, around $250. It's a no-brainer for me. You look at this thing and you read about it and you think it's going to be like, I mean, it looks like it would be like $500 or $600. So yeah, it's great. And then of course it closes here and you can lock it with a key. So that's a nice feature, and even though it holds a lot of gear, it doesn't take up a ton of room in the office. It's just a really nice addition to my kit to make sure I protect all my gear, because you spend thousands of dollars on your gear, so $250 to just add that extra level of protection from humid weather. Why not? So I highly recommend it. I don't have an affiliate link or anything, so you guys can just go find it anywhere you can find it, but I highly recommend the Ruggard 80-liter dry box. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have any questions about it, leave them in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next one.
If you would like to stay up to date on all of my photography videos and free tutorials, please consider subscribing by clicking on my face. And if you would like to find out more about me and how to improve your photography, visit my website at findingmiddleearth.com.